Hello everyone, welcome in. I just realized I forgot to close some things. Not that they would have a whole lot of impact on a visual novel, but probably close them all the same. That way they're not breaking anything. There we go. I figured today we could do Stream Raiders with Vampire the Masquerade. Had to look for a second to make sure I wasn't muted, because I've done that a number of times now. I'm still sharing the screen. There we go. That will look good. Boop. Eventually, I will set it up so that it's all automated and I don't have to fucking think about it. That's a name, alright. Okay. I ain't gonna question. Okay. Hello, Crazy Blue. How are you? Anywho. So, I figured today, while we're doing Vampires the Masquerade, which is a visual novel, we'd also do Stream Raiders, just to have something going on the side. It's also a good timer for me to remember to take my stretch breaks. Every 2 Stream Raiders battles, I have to take stretch breaks. So, I've got my elderberry healer tea to help with any soreness in my throat and inflammation. My back was hurting earlier, but I was determined not to cancel. My back's still spasming a little bit, but it doesn't feel like I'm gonna die. Doing good, just hanging out before I have to go play D&D! Fuck yeah! D&D's fun. This is kind of like D&D. It's Vampires the Masquerade, which is a tabletop game. That is in the similar vein to Dungeons and Dragons. It's a tabletop roleplay, so yeah, there's that. So this is a visual novel, so there's none of that. None of that. So I'm gonna start with an easy one, just because I want to give people a chance to get in and get into the game and everything, because I know I'm just started streaming, so I love Vampires the Masquerade. My OC, Rowena, is my Vampire the Masquerade character that I played in high school. Like this is the little flannel I always wear for her or one of them that I wear for her when I do her content. I need to get back into doing it. Ugh, I want to. I will get there eventually. All right, we're gonna take it nice and easy since we're just starting. What do I need to place? I need to place 3 phantoms. Phantoms are down here. Wow, that's a fairy, all right. So, there's my phantom. Did I not? I thought I clicked vibe, but apparently I didn't. There we go. Okay. Cha-cha. There is that, and then let me tab into the game, minimize that. Everything looks good. Audio is capturing. I had this weird thing earlier where I changed my audio source from the TV to the headphones, and it kept playing through the TV anyway. I was like, what? So when we last left off, we were playing as not a Ventru. Can't even remember her name. I haven't played this since November 26th. I've had to cancel every single VTM stream since November 26th because of the pain. Ooh, I hate it. She's the vampire that can't be seen on camera. Like when they try to take pictures of her, it distorts them. And my brain just keeps going Talamasca. But that's not even a vampire. That's fucking Anne Rice's scholar thing that, like, studies vampires. So that's not even the fucking right thing either. Julia, that was her name. But I can't for the life of me remember what kind of vampire she is. Oh. Lasombra, that's what she is. She's a Lasombra. Nice epic punk paladin. Good choice. Okay. She's a Lasombra. That's what it is. I have no clue what we were doing. Fucking Helveta. I know we got a rest, though. Gotta move my logo. My logo's covering. You come here. Work with me. Go. Put that up there for now. That should be an okay place for it, right? Maybe? Set it on top of there for now. I'm just afraid of it blocking something important. Okay. All right. Let's jump back in. I know we're like an ambassador, or we're supposed to be an ambassador, but they look down on us for some reason. They're like real assholes to us. I leave Dakota's apartment as soon as the sun goes down. Yesterday was fun, but I always feel a little nervous when I spend too much time with her. She never lets me escape from being the center of attention. It's exhausting. At least, the less time I spend with her, the happier she is to see me again. It's a tricky act to balance, though. I am grateful for her presence in my life, but never mind. What's on my list of chores tonight? Ah, yes, only one thing. Don't show up for the party at the art hole. Well, this is a rare night when I don't have anything to do. Might as well take a trip around the city and see what's up. And maybe fix myself a little drink while I'm at it. So, we've got a walk in the park. In life, I wasn't especially fond of parks. Now, as one of the kindred, I can finally see the appeal. Past midnight, they become a surprisingly good hunting ground. Hi, Ash! Oh, you're in it. You're in an ad? You shouldn't be in an ad. There's no ads running. And I don't have pre-roll ads on. The fuck? What about TikTok? As soon as I logged, it had... That's weird, because it shouldn't look at... What am I looking at on TikTok? Well, the first thing I got was a dog in a ski mask, so that's funny. What am I looking at? Will shared a video. Oh! Oh, we're gonna look at that later. We're gonna look at that later, boyo. We're gonna look at that later. Yeah, I don't have pre-roll ads on, so you shouldn't have gotten smacked with an ad right off the bat. I'm sorry about that. I will have to check my settings for that later. Thank you, boyo. That's exciting. Breaking the habit. I need to break out of this mood. Go somewhere I never visit. See something I tend to avoid. Think, Julia. What is the least place to go and live a little? Ooh, is it? It's going after your action. I'd send it to you, but you fucking deleted TikTok off your phone. So I can't. And I'm not going to talk about it on stream. I will not be telegraphing my moves. I will text you. How about that? I'll text you. There you go. I sent it to you. Valid. Fuck it, let's go with this guy. Nom 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 nom. I know you hate salmon, but I did great on this dinner. And I am proud of you because your cooking skills are limited. So if it turned out good, fucking awesome. I'm proud of you. Come a long way since throwing a whole pot of spaghetti at the wall. Anywho, what was I thinking? I mean, even the most hopeless introverts yearn for company every now and then. Be it the company of someone they know or a total stranger revealing themselves to be the soulmate they've always sought. Can't cook pasta, but I can make apple honey salmon. That makes no fucking sense, but okay. Pasta is easy, man. Even for someone as neurotic as me, there's something enthralling in the idea of briefly trading your individualism for a place in the crowd. You can just wander around and stare like a peeping Tom hidden in plain sight. If there's anything missing from the shell of my previous social life, it's that intangible sensation being a part of a living mass. I'll cook for you when you come visit LMFAO. Oh god. Maybe I should do the cooking. If Daniel's at work when I come to visit, maybe I should do the cooking. But really, Coney Island of all places? I mean, I've never been to Coney Island. I've been to New York, but I didn't go to Coney Island. What was I thinking? Surely it's my id. Okay, surely it's my id. Finally, and then it moved. Ah, but I'm dyslexic. If Daniel will let you. I mean, that's fair. But if he's not there, he can't stop me. Surely it's my id revealing what I've been missing all along. All my sick soul really wanted was to nibble on a Williams caramel apple while taking an overpriced Wonder Wheel ride. Well, now I'm kind of glad I didn't go. Well, I'm here. Might as well try at least one of those tourist traps. Ooh, Spookorama. Let's go. Goofy-looking rubber cyclops hanging over the entrance to the haunted house has a somewhat cheap but inviting appearance. I pay for the ticket in hope of seeing more of this sort of kitsch. I don't stick around until the end and storm out through the emergency exit. Aww. Jesus. I died. Drank a rat's blood once. Lost the ability to use modern technology. And with all that in mind, I still consider this to be the worst experience yet. Not that I expected anything else, but still. I'm not sure what I was hoping for. Amidst the clouds of cigarette smoke, I notice an old woman perched silently by the wall. She looks like one giant wrinkle, but her gaze is lively and pierces right through me. I pull the crumpled package out of my back pocket. My last smoke. As I raise the lighter, some pompous dick preoccupied with his visibly bored girlfriend shoves the cigarette out of my hand. Somehow, it's his half-assed apology that pisses me off the most. The urge to drink him dry is strong, but I let it pass. I look beneath my feet. I can hear the old crone cackling as my cigarette sinks into the only puddle in the vicinity. Fuck! I turn toward the exit and notice some brawny dude closing in on me. The way he's dressed has the same uncanny aura as Steve Buscemi walking through a high school corridor in a skater outfit. Except that Steve Buscemi is 1,000 times cooler than this guy. What scene it is! Hi there, fellow kids! just see it in my head. Oh my god, it's so funny. I don't even remember what the fuck that's from, but it's funny. He gets right in my face and hands me a cigarette, pulling up a rather annoying smirk. Having a bad night, sweetheart? Yeah, Steve Buscemi, much cooler. Don't respond. I look the other way and attempt to walk past him. He completely disregards my reluctance and starts waving his hands erratically like a second-hand mime. That's a shame. But hey, you seem like a girl who likes to have fun. I know these things. I have something here. Just for you. Want to check it out? Throughout his bizarre peacock dance, his colorful wristband pops up from behind his sleeve. Shit, man. How clueless can you be? Is this a hidden camera show? Or maybe you're just some newbie being hazed by the rest of the undercover group unit? Fake curiosity. He really thinks I'll take the bait. Unbelievable. Okay, smartass, you're on. Well, what do you say? Keep talking. Why won't you follow me to my stack? I've got dope. Wow. Just... wow. Let me stop you right there, Tony Montana. Less than 10 seconds, and you rush straight to the finish line? Also, dope? You poor soul, you're out of your depth. Put you up to this. I seem to have struck a nerve, and he doesn't know how to handle it. Come on, big guy, just give me a reason. Well, fuck you too, bitch. I got a bat with your name on it. Now that's just rude and begs for a reaction. I want to do dominate, but I don't want to draw too much attention to myself. And I feel like dropping the act for everyone to see and scaring the haunted house visitors kind of blows my cover. Like, I can't be captured on camera, but it's gonna look really fucking weird when that comes out, so just walk away. He might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's probably not alone. I'm sure I could take him and his pig friends, but I don't feel like getting tased in the face tonight. I don't feel like getting tased anywhere, ever. Would a taser even work on me? This might not be the right time to find out. Right now, it's time to leave this shit show behind. Goodbye, officer. Guess that's enough human interaction for one night. Once more to Big Beat Burger, into the last fast food joint I'll ever know. I'll have the usual. What? Oh, that's fine. I can't be mad about that. Eno! Now it's I already watched the video that you sent me, Boyo, and now it sends me a notification that you sent me a video. Fun. Alright, rolling back up. The first time I used this line, I wasn't sure it would work, but I've gained enough notoriety among the staff that it does. The cashier just smiles, nods, and charges me for one black coffee. I can imagine them instructing the newbies. See that emo weirdo? Here's how it is. She always orders a single cup of coffee. Nothing else. She doesn't even drink it. Probably wouldn't take a single sip even if I was still alive. Stuff is just trash. But at least being a buying customer gives me an excuse to sit here for as long as I want to. I wish I could use one of those self-order kiosks to minimize human contact, but touchscreens don't exactly like me. Not too long ago, I managed to blue screen 10 of them in a row. Okay. That's impressive. Ah, well, the good news is, it doesn't look like I have anything to do tonight. Bad news is, because every kindred who matters is having fun at the art hole right now. Not like I wanted to go, I just wanted them to invite me so that I could tell them to fuck off. I'm very familiar with that feeling. I scanned the entrance to the restaurant, though, through my peripheral vision. Blech. Am I naively hoping someone will come and save me from misery? Yes, I am. Please, please, please let somebody come and get me out of here. A princess, a knight in shining armor, a fairy godmother, passing huntsman, big bad wolf, Amelia Jovovich. I can't. Jesus fucking. I know how to say it. I can't fucking say it today though. Vin Diesel, Azalea Banks. Well, I'll take anyone at this point. Vin Diesel's a pretty good option. Visualizing. Tapping into the power of my subconscious. Materializing my dream. Nope, doesn't work. Looks like you're eternally stuck being a nobody in the corner of a shitty restaurant, sweet little Julia. And life's a bitch, and then you don't even die. I pretend to read a book about psychoanalysis I stole from Dakota for a while. Having found it too mentally taxing, I switched to pretending to read a Stephen King book, which I also stole from Dakota. After the terrifying realization that it was written in the last 15 years and therefore contains no amusing, drugged-out rants about troubled childhood in Maine, I switched back to looking at the entrance. The party must be so stuffy and trashy and boring. At this point, I'm no longer looking for salvation. I'm asking for amusement. But it doesn't come. All I get is boring bozos in normcore clothes. They walk in, take care of their business without doing anything to amuse me, and walk out. A few minutes after I lose all hope, a tall, elegant man marches in with a spring in his step. He looks around, impatient, irritated, then he notices the person he was looking for and reacts with visible relief. He gallantly approaches my table, looks at me, and says, "There you are. Oh, hi, Kadir." Now that's curious. He shouldn't be here. Vin Diesel? Big Bad Wolf. Careful, everyone. Big Bad Wolf is here. He will huff, and he will puff, and he will blow our house in. Why are you stalking me, Wolf? I'll have you know I'm not falling for the grandma disguise ever again. My dumb attempt at self-amusement doesn't faze him at all. He doesn't even roll his eyes, just stares at me blankly. Grab your stuff and get in my car. Now. His tone leaves no room for doubt. Something bad has happened. I want to ask what, but whenever he's in his I will simply ignore all dumb shit you say mode, I know better than to ask. Instead, I silently follow him to the exit. He guides me to his car. I just hope I haven't messed anything up. Again. I don't think I have, but have I? Kadir's car, as usual. He gave me the back seat. He's always uneasy when the passenger's seat is taken. Doesn't want anyone to limit his peripheral vision, he says. No, that fucking makes sense, because when Boyle's in the car with me, I always have to, lean forward and look around him, because there's a person there. Normally, I'd catch him observing me in the rearview mirror, but this time, he's watching the streets, more tense than usual. Something must have caught him off guard. Can I press the spacebar? No. I've got my seatbelt on, and my popcorn ready. What's up? I was away from my computer. Lily is having a hard time with eating inside the house. Aww. Poor Lily. Just give her sprinkle some catnip in it. Or some wet food. Mix in a little wet food. That might help. The awkward silence feels like it will last forever. Eventually, he finds the right words and speaks up. 6 weeks ago, Prince told me to parlay with the anarchs in the dock, remember? Yeah, and you made me tag along so that I could learn something about politics. As it turned out, politics meant something awfully similar to watching my drunken family shout at each other at a wedding party. There was this man who didn't need to shout to make my blood boil. The meanest one in the room, their leader. White hair, monocle, musty clothes. Ooh, I know who we're talking about, this bastard that killed me in the last one. She went out, and then stared at her spot where her food normally is. And I showed her where it was in the house, and she hesitated and didn't come in. So I put wet food in it and lured her back inside, and then put it in the back room so she had privacy. And then she went back out. Okay, she did eat. Okay, good. Yeah, she might take a little bit of time, but she'll start eating the house. With this fucking Pullock cunt. Yep. Fuck you, Callahan. Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, how could I forget? A lot of panache, old-timey bravado, and gendered insults flung my way. What was his name? Something British. Made me think of Hollywood. Callahan? Baron Callahan. Douglas Boss Callahan. Right. It's 2020. Yeah, well, not anymore, but close enough. But the man's opinions and ideas were stuck in 1920. Weren't the anarchs supposed to be the progressive option? I never understood why they put up with him. He has his ways of predicting which way the wind will blow. Anytime Camarilla or the SI hit the anarchs, it was the factions opposed to him that were hurt. Luckiest bastard in the world. Yeah, that's because he's the one controlling the SI. And the Camarilla, because he and the prince are fucking. Apparently. But you didn't believe in luck. I don't. But it sure looks like his luck has finally run out tonight. Huh? Wait, don't tell. We're going to kill him? He's dead. Anarchs got rid of him? He's dead? Deader than dead? I'm 99% sure the bastard met his final death. Fuck yes! I'm only sorry I wasn't the one to fucking do it. How do you know? We've got trustworthy sources in the Anarch inner circles. Looks like all hell's about to break loose. There's an emergency meeting at the art hole. Jesus, and you're bringing me with you? Why? Because you were on the way. Because I could. Because I should. You might not be important to the members of the court, but you're still an asset to the sect. Symbolically, at least. I can't justify sneaking you into the party, claiming it's for your own protection. An unexpected alliance between Big Bad Wolf and poor little Red Riding Hood? Wait a minute. Oh. Party. Is still happening? I called the prince, told her the best course of action is stopping it, and started listing security protocols I have prepared for these sorts of situations. She interrupted me halfway through and told me we will discuss the subject face to face. Doesn't sound like she was interested. The party is that important, huh? Politics. Politics is that important. I don't know if he's trying to convince me or himself. And once again, politics sounds an awful lot like a bunch of party-loving assholes shouting at each other. Don't worry. This isn't the kind of, how should I call it, governing issue the likes of you and I tend to deal with. And how would you describe the governing issues we tend to deal with? Shoveling ourselves out of shit. As usual, he seems a little embarrassed for cussing. Or for being too honest. Either way, it's cute. No argument here. And that's where the conversation ends. We stay silent as the car rides off toward the unknown. I'm not a New York City baron. The Baron of New York City, if you please. Fuck you. Once more, a memory of an old douchebag who thought he could rule the world crosses my mind. Well, it looks like the world has left him behind. Sayonara, asshole! And here I am, at the only place I didn't expect to visit tonight. The art hole. Guessing by the sounds, the inside seems lively. Even if they know it's an emergency, they simply don't care. What are you standing around for? You still need an invitation? No idea. Do I? I think the bouncer will let you in. He's the bouncer. There's a bouncer? Yes, and he's standing right in front of you. Just start walking, whelp. And here I am, among partying elites. It's as stuffy and boring as I expected, but hey, at least it's exclusive. The title Panhard came up with for these yearly gatherings is called Celebrations of Power, an invitation to re-examine the relationship between our undead bodies and the spaces they inhabit. Interesting choice. I hate it. The week-long event is packaged as a sort of performance art piece, meant to make the kindred who are involved celebrated their potential instead of despairing at their monstrous nature. We need to counter-program the omnipresent images of tragic vampirism with images that remind us we have inherited the earth and are now free to remake it in our image, is the way our prince puts it. To this end, she organizes a series of exhibits, concerts, fireworks, parties, business meetings, etc., etc. Of course, the parties and business meetings are the most important. My prince, Kadir, finally. A saint with angelic wings, holy patron of New York City. Take a good look around. Half of the figures here are dressed like they're attending a masked ball. The other half are religious figures, either demonic or saintly. I have to admit, I don't fully understand the theme here. I know Panhard based it on psychomagic, a sort of shamanic psychotherapy using the power of art. Simply put, it's a holy mass and unholy mass in equal measures, a set of rituals meant to make the participants full-heartedly accept they're both the worst and the best this earth has to offer. Yes, I do. That's why I have the tea. Also, less than a minute left on stream readers. Put on this mask at the very least. You're standing out. Here. I heard the aesthetics basis for these parties is the black mass in the film Eyes Wide Shut. Some think this decision means Panhard is tone deaf, but quite contrary. She knows the anarchs are constantly looking for ways to undermine her through art and rhetoric that point out glaring contradictions in her theoretically benevolent rule. But instead of denying and suppressing aesthetics designed to criticize the elite, she embraces them. Instead of risking a Streisand effect, she effectively defangs the opposition. War! Boop! That's another great thing about doing a visual novel for this. It's really easy for me to do stream raiders. Boy, I didn't even place units. Jerk. Start battle. Zip, 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 zip. I killed the automaton. You know, it's not very often that I'm first in my own stream raiders. Holy shit, 135. Okay. Well, actually, let me ask first. Blue, would you like the Rogue Scrolls or the Lancer Scrolls? If you're even still here. You want the Rogue? Okay. Confirm selection. There you go. Back to map. Nothing there. upgrade anything there, so we'll go back to campaign. Hey, I can collect stuff here now. Archer scrolls. Can I upgrade my archer? So close. So close. Still here. Making sure. I'm just... We'll do this. It's fine. Okay. And it's thinking. Okay, I can't place my archer. Where's my shinobi? Or not my archer, my phantom. Here's my shinobi. There's that. Whee! That. Tab back into the game. Game. Alright. The resistance becomes a part of the system. Both the Camarilla and the Anarchs get the same message. Don't think of it as a pathology. Think of it as a new normal. Okay. I'll collect the key advisors. They've already been told to come here. I don't think there's a need for us to hold the meeting in a particularly secluded place. We'll just do it over there. Are you certain? Absolutely. Wait, is that Miss Lewinsky I see behind you? Just let Kadir talk. I nudged Kadir to take over. I collected her on my way here, because of her role as a La Sombra representative. Just say, political hostage. You people have made it perfectly clear what's going to happen with my parents back in Chicago if I go against you. I realized she might become a target, and decided to hide her at the art hole. Putting all my eggs in one basket will make my job easier. I will look for a safe place for her to spend the night. Let her stay with you for now, Asami. Asma. I fucking hate you too, you fucker. Time is of the essence. I didn't notice him sneak up on us. Nice get up. Are you absolutely sure? But of course, everything we say here is going to become an open secret in a matter of minutes. Prince Panhard has already come up with an appropriate messaging. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot an elderly vampire guiding a young, fashionable human girl toward the basement, led like a lamb to the slaughter. Best not to think too deeply about what's going on underneath this place. Before everyone gets here, I'd like to secure the perimeter. Easy now. All of the appropriate security protocols for you are already active. Me and the prince have already pulled some strings as well. The situation is mostly under control. He's the one pulling the motherfucking string. I'm gonna have to make some more tea. Mostly under control. Never let anyone sleep any easier. I know that as the prince's sword, you're aching for blood, but you have to accept that, like most weapons known to men, you're most effective hidden in the sheath. Listen here now. Looks like a fascinating philosophical discussion in the making, but sadly I'm forced to interrupt. Prince Panhard. All of a sudden, Samira appears between the two men, her calm and collected voice completely changing the atmosphere, as expected for a self-professed protector of the peace. Samira, I hope you're enjoying yourself. To be quite honest, I feel out of place. She nods and smiles at me, probably to signal she takes solace in not being the only person in the room who feels like a fish out of water. Especially now, seeing as I heard this meeting is meant for those of greater stature than mine. Nonsense. We have a delicate matter to discuss, one that might require severe judgment down the road. I think you understand why I wish for a child of him to be involved. Of course. What is with that expression on your face, Kadir? He quickly collects himself. Look who's joining us. The High Regent of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs, Lady Aisling Sturbridge. walks up to our group in an outfit I wouldn't have never imagined her in, pretending everything is par for the course. Prince Panhard, the sheriff, the harpy, the Banu Hakim Primogen. Are we still waiting for someone? Who the fuck are you calling a harpy? Did you fuck me up? Man, I liked you before, but now you're a fucking bitch. He's almost here. Shining even more brightly than usual, Aisling. I adore your outfit, Samira. Wish the prince allowed the same amount of effort for me. I, for one, am glad she didn't. I particularly love those horns. Thank you for reminding me. I put them on at the prince's behest, but I believe she's had more than enough fun. No, not yet. Ah, well, this will do for now. But you're not off the hook yet. I paid a costly price to see you like this. Both Kadir's and the prince's voices are strained whenever they attempt humor. Their minds are obviously elsewhere, and it's not a happy place. Arturo, on the other hand, seems calm. Yeah, because he's probably the one who killed the bastard. Or at least ordered it. We all celebrate our power in different ways, I suppose. Now what is this about? Just a moment. Over here, Addison. The Camarilla's infamous spokesman approaches, pushed toward us in a wheelchair by his servant. Helene, everyone. I certainly hope this is something important. What a commanding tone, seeing as Payne can't communicate normally. His servant relays his words to us instead, and he's posh and snobby enough to make me believe I'm listening to his master's voice. Carter won't be joining us. He gave me fair warning he might not make it tonight. I've messaged him the details. I'll have to find time to meet him later then. Finding time, searching for lost time, I swear it's all I do nowadays. And there's never enough. I guess now you understand why I insisted that this event must last all week. So many esteemed guests, many of them from out of town, each deserving at least a few hours. The figure in the wheelchair waves his hand impatiently. Yes, let's cut to the chase now, shall we? That might be the wisest course of action. My prince? Arturo. My prince. Everyone, let me begin by stressing these important points. The situation is largely under control. The negotiations are underway, and the situation is more tense than dangerous. We are safe. Let me repeat. We are safe. And with that out of the way, here's the big news. Baron Callahan, de facto leader of the Anarchs in New York City, met his final death in his office tonight. How did you find out? We have a good friend near his office. Their intel is as accurate as it gets. We've also established a negotiation channel with the Anarch. They gave us all the confirmation we needed. Was our court involved in his destruction? I look at her in disbelief. So does everyone else. Not that the same thought hasn't passed through my head, but to simply exclaim it like that. Oh, spare me the virtue signaling. I thought we were being transparent here. Damn if we took care of Callahan or not. I just want to have a clear idea of what I'm dealing with. Yes, a clear answer. I need that too. To my knowledge, none of us present here ordered his destruction, nor did we participate in it, unless someone wants to confess. It's now or never. Of course, nobody speaks up. Arturo pretends to clear his throat. That's our official position as well. The Camarilla's ruling body had nothing to do with it, and for all intents and purposes, his Anarch contenders had more interest in removing him than we did. That interest is sure to manifest in one way now. His former enemies will prop him up as a martyr for the cause. Ooh! I'm coming up in May, though. It's a little out of season. Yes, which is why we sadly can't just leave the Anarchs to their own devices. As much as we'd like to avoid recognizing their sect in any way, we've offered to assist them in an official investigation. Addison Payne's wrinkled face contorts slightly. This is Vampires the Masquerade. But yes, I do remember Vampire Wars that we used to play on fucking Zanga. You know, it just takes me back to Vampire Wars. That's fair. Let me just ask you one question. You do realize those curs have no respect for our traditions, yes? We do, Addison. But as a veteran politician, you should be deeply familiar with the words controlled opposition. Yes. For now, it's impossible to fully contain the Anarch threat in New York. For now, our only option is to prop up a candidate who will offer the least resistance to our future plans for the city. We extend our hand to the most promising contender, giving him a way to present himself as a diplomat, a man of reasonable compromise. The rabble falls in line, the purists grow angry and alienate. We've already contacted the best possible person in their sect. He will oversee the investigation, and it's in his best interest to show he's able to resolve the situation calmly. Is that good enough? Addison ponders the question for a while, then waves his hand again. It is. Proceed. Funny thing, nobody's paying any attention to me right now. Keep in mind, Mr. Payne, our man's people will still fairly tolerate it. And the situation is volatile. The other factions within that sorry excuse for a sect might still try to escalate the conflict. I will do my best to solve the situation as fast as possible. How so? Kadir is momentarily taken aback by Artua's question. I volunteered to coordinate the case with the Anarchs, of course. I refuse. You have more important duties to focus on. Once more, Kadir is stunned. All due respect, Prince, but if you don't consider me capable of tackling this issue and attending to my usual duties at the same time, I think you gravely underestimate me. Your penchant for working yourself to the bone is well known and appreciated by everyone in this room, Sheriff. But so is your perfectionism. If we do grant your wish and let you investigate while still fulfilling your routine obligations, can you guarantee you're going to give both these tasks your best? I can guarantee something very close to my best. Close to your best doesn't cut it. Now when the vultures are out in force, Callahan's destruction is sure to cause unrest among the Anarchs, and there's an obvious outlet for their pent-up rage. Excuse me. I want to make this perfectly clear. The celebrations will continue as planned, no matter what. This is why your presence here is absolutely necessary, Sheriff. We rely on your constant protection. Of course, my prince. We must be on constant vigil for a few days. Kadir's sword must be constantly pointed at the enemies surrounding us. The timing of the Baron's destruction is impeccable. The Anarch leaders are sure to point at us and claim we're shamelessly celebrating his end. Does anybody believe it's just a coincidence? Murders are messy. Almost as messy as politics. It's impossible to reliably predict the outcome of any violent action. I think it'd be wise for us to brace for a lot of unfortunate coincidences, Aisling. In any case, the rabble can't get the impression that their power struggles are of great concern. But they also can't think we have something to hide, which brings me to my point. We do need a symbolic gesture, one displaying expertly measured intensity. My best bet is a humble, diplomatic envoy. A low-level official acting as an investigator of sorts. God damn it, that's why I'm here, you fucking... Mother. Oh. I implore you, Prince. Dear. He bites his tongue and struggles to collect himself. really see him lose his temper, at least where the Camarilla is involved. What's going on? I wonder about your suggestion for this role. After all, it's not particularly prestigious, but carries a lot of responsibility. We're still talking about the Camarilla representative. Oh, I think there's a very obvious candidate. Fuck you. Both he and Kadir look at me simultaneously. Everyone else in the room does too. Now, wait a second. He can't possibly mean Miss Julia. Once again, your full name eludes me for a moment. Am I allowed to speak, or maybe I should wait for permission? Before I make up my mind, the sheriff sighs deeply and speaks for me. Sawinski. Miss Julia Sawinski, right. I understand you used to be an investigative journalist before your embrace. Fuck. That's correct. Among others, the Banu Hakim Primogen insisted that you are worthy of greater privileges and should be given a chance to prove yourself. The mere measures Arturo with suspicion. Yes? Do you still think she's capable? He looks me deep in the eye. I swear she's telepathically trying to tell me, please, please, please don't fuck this up, you dumbass little white girl. Of course. Good. And I'm sure that you, Kadir, have no problem with your protege embarking on this mission, save for the pain a mother feels when watching her child leave the nest. Fuck you! Whether I do or don't is not particularly important right now, is it? It absolutely is. Panhard's backing of Arturo momentarily blindsides him. Prince Panhard, if Arturo's plan is reckless, I want you to tell me. I need a simple yes or no answer. Is the girl capable? Now he knows he's left with no choice. I wouldn't entrust her with all the responsibilities that I have if she wasn't. He exchanges glances with me, but his look is different than Samira's. It's as if he is trying to apologize to me. Here we are then. A recommendation from the Banu Hakim Primogen and the sheriff. To tell you the truth, I was just throwing out ideas, but with this backing, I can't doubt the Night Clan's representative will get the job done. I'm certain each of us feels the same. Mr. Payne? The atmosphere in the room mostly suggests people are glad they didn't have to discuss the topic further. A shrug here, an averted gaze there. It is as you say. I will watch the way she handles the situation with great interest. Well then, Miss Sawinski, looks like you've got your chance at a big break. I have conditions. Big break doesn't mean much by itself. All I see is a big responsibility being placed on my shoulders. What do I stand to gain here exactly? Even though I'd normally jump at the chance to be useful, I play it cool. All of a sudden, not only everyone acknowledges my existence, but believes I can handle solving a tense criminal case? Something seems too good to be true. Let's not be vulgar now. You stand to improve your standing at the court. Yes, we can discuss the particulars based on your performance. Yeah, they don't plan on giving me shit. Figures. Not like I can refuse, but this is something I need to take into account while taking care of this case. I need a bargaining position if I want to get anything out of this. Yeah, I'll do it. Point me in the right direction and tell me what to do. Excellent. That leaves us with only one more matter which I hope we can agree on. Prince Panhard signals someone with their hand. The figure emerges from behind the corner. Good evening. Oh, hello. Catherine, what a pleasant surprise. Nobody informed us you were in town. Addison, looking healthier than ever. Ooh. Ouch. And what does Weiss have to do with this? We need an impartial observer who everyone respects. And as it happens, Catherine always knew how to make friends on both sides without angering either. I beg to differ. I'd be grateful if, just for once, you decided against throwing a tantrum about me, High Regent. A painful grimace crosses Aisling's face, but she is quick to interpret the taunt as an invitation to a game she can't possibly win. As long as she can prove herself useful to the proceedings in some way. If half of what I heard about her from Mr. Vander Vieden is true, she should be able to. And what did poor Carter say about me this time? Nothing specific. One always has to read between the lines with him. But it was mostly envy. Miss Weiss gracefully agreed to mediate between the Anarch representative and the Lasombra representative, ensuring mutual cooperation in mitigating potential conflict. It felt like a Freudian slip. Lasombra representative, not Camarilla representative, i.e. someone who can be catapulted from the sect without much damage to the ivory tower if they mess up. Is there a meeting set up? Arturo looks at the clock on the other side of the room. In less than an hour. You'd better hurry then. What the hell? All of this is happening so fast. If the situation is indeed under control, I will drive her and oversee the situation. Out of the question. You've got your orders, Sheriff. Attend to those. You fool, the girl needs guidance. And we need yours. Nobody knows what might happen next. But it's not as if the Anarchs have a lot of love for you, Kadir. You're too efficient in your duties for them to tolerate you. Better spare Miss Sawinski having them see you two together. Do you think my guidance of Julia would be lacking, Kadir? I never said that. So do you have any objections to putting her under my care? He lowers his gaze, but seems reassured. None whatsoever. That's all I needed to hear. We'll be going then. Wasting no time as usual, I see. Have you at least tried the aperitif? Waiting is an old person's game, Helen. I still feel young. Remember, if there's anything you need help with. Probably not, but I appreciate the thought nevertheless. Have a great night, everyone. I'll catch up with you later, Addison. I certainly hope you do. And so, we leave in a rush. Funny, considering that what she told me about being in a hurry yesterday. We're here. She thanks the chauffeur and lets me out of the car into a quiet neighborhood, somewhere in Queens. Seemed like you were in a rush. I couldn't stand the crowd. She's honest. Probably performatively so, just to get into my good graces. Well, it's working. And why is that? In my experience, gatherings like those always enable a boring pack mentality. All the familiar lies we tell ourselves justify lusting for more, repeated ad nauseum. What lies are you telling yourself? Yesterday you said, I need guidance. What lies are you telling yourself? And what lies are you telling yourself? Her aura immediately turns colder. You have bigger issues to worry about, sweetheart. Well, at least now I know how familiar I can get with her. That I do. Back at the art hole, you said something about guiding me, but I have zero idea what to do. None whatsoever. I had a few necessary arrangements to make over the phone before we got here to ensure your pretty little head stays attached to your neck. For now, anyway. I'm grateful, but I still feel way out of my depth. I need to know what to do. You used to make a living as an investigative journalist, did you not? Investigate the murder. In TV shows where an investigative journalist gets too close to the heart of a politically incendiary case, it rarely goes well. A cat's head on their porch, bullet to the head. So are you afraid you might be a pawn in a game you don't understand? that your elders consider you a disposable asset, that a single wrong move might cost you everything you hold dear. What? How is my encoding overloaded? It's a fucking visual novel. Calm down, OBS. Chill the fuck out. Oh, my camera is covering her pretty face. Yeah, let me figure this out. I like her. She pretty. Ah. Okay, that can go there for now. I feel bad. I didn't realize I was covering people's faces. There we go. Okay. That sounds about right. Yeah. Well, by the sound of it, you understand your situation perfectly. Also, go home, OBS. You're drunk. It is home, damn it. Don't belittle me. I need your advice. Be anything you want, but don't be boring, Julia. If I wanted to belittle you, I would have drowned you in platitudes long ago. Know thyself. Believe in your strength. Trust no one. Act confident. Turn the chessboard around and read your opponent's mind. Read Sun Tzu and quote him read Sun Tzu and quote him incessantly. Say, do you feel any better now? Can I ask you something? Seeing as Mia is still not here, of course. Hey, Mia! I like Mia. Do you know who killed Baron Callahan? I haven't the slightest idea. Were you emotionally impacted by his death? Not at all. Did you know him? Only passingly, I'm afraid. I expected him to perish sooner than later, so I never bothered to improve our relationship. Why are you helping me? Am I? That remains to be seen. What do you mean? You do not want a painfully honest answer. But I do. She stares me down. Her irreverent tone makes it impossible to guess what she's feeling, even more so than the mask. When I look at you, I see someone pitiful. Someone whose hunger is purely biological, just an animalistic rush. When I saw a burgeoning plan to put you in a situation that is way beyond your capabilities, I offered my help. I was curious to see your true colors reveal themselves firsthand. When everything is said and done, and Callahan's killer is pointed out, will you be a whimpering animal or a victor taking the spoils? Cannot wait to find out. I don't know what to say. Is she provoking me, or... You should be here any second. You have time for one more question. What makes you so important? Who is Bia? Why do you hide your face? I hope I'm not being rude, but is there a reason you keep your face hidden? Yes, there is a reason. And yes, you are being rude. Listen, you're pretty. I just want to see the rest of it. Also, I played a lot of Mortal Kombat, so I'm just wondering. Sorry, just curious. I'm going to go with yes, she's provoking you. I mean, it's entirely possible. I understand, but let's just say I prefer everyone to come up with their own theories. I went the Mortal Kombat route. The more stories they'll invent, the less relevant the truth will be. But anyway, here's Mia. A woman around my age emerges from around the corner of the street. Wow, your art looks very different here. Hasn't been that long. Never met her before, but I had to describe her in 2 words by her aura alone. I'd guess those words would be permanently angry, even more so than your average anarch. You must be Catherine Weiss. and you must be Mia Morgan. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The pleasure's mutual. This your girl? Julia Sawinski, the La Sombra Primogen. The La Sombra representative. I corrected her automatically. At this point, it's a habit. Good. If you were a Primogen, I might have tried to kill you here and now. Is Torque still on the site? Nah. Told him I'd take it from here. By the end of tonight, he needs to look like a natural candidate for the leader of the NYC Anarchs. It's gonna take a lot of driving around and negotiations. How did he react to finding Callahan's remains? He hasn't exactly elaborated on his feelings, but I expect he reacted the same way every true believer in the cause did. It's this complicated mess of all the possible feelings under the moon. Alright. We go to war, and then I take stretch break. Oh, this is gonna go well. Here's hoping. Whee! Oh, okay. I think we might be okay. Hell yeah. We did it, Blue! What's inside? Hey, Blue, guess what? Enjoy the Paladin. Paladin? Paladin. Cool. Back to map. Can I buy anything? Well, I can buy these. Scroll! Hey, more scrolls! Okay. Quest. Collect. Flag bearer. Place 2 shinobis. Oh, hey. I can just... Nope. Confirm. Alright. Cool. Thanks for the bomber scroll. And I can just fucking do that because I have the fucking meat. I feel like fucking Arby's. I have the meat! Making sure I'm not missing any. So it's just Lancer, okay. Alright, I am going to collect this stuff. Shiny! Oh yeah, I can level up my Shinobi. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna take my stretch break, and then we'll start the next battle. Sound good? Sounds good. Be right back.
Manna, because I know you're spectating me, I'm sorry, but I'm not going back for your body. I'm running, and I'm trying to get the fuck out.
Well, you're going the wrong way. I have no clue.
Can you fuck off, Bracken, please?
I don't know where you are. Oh, he's got... Just see the Bracken dragging my body.
That's a dead end, ain't it?
Hey, my body! My body came to
It's
you!
on your body.
Now you pull a gun? 2 of your buddies are dead and now you pull a gun? Come back here. Let me just kill you. Hold still. Just accept it.
wearing leather pants.
What are you doing to that trampoline sign?
I'm one bit short.
Gravity kind of forced me into that position. So, it was gravity's fault. Yeah, we're playing gravity.
I watched an anime with a wall.
Oh, that was fucking worth it! That was fucking worth it! I will never find my way back. Let me just say this now.
That is this
Well,
way.
I didn't need to find my way back. There you are. Look what I found.
Oh God! Okay.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, that got me.
It got me too when I did it. Ouch. Damn it. Did it! I did it! With 20 seconds to spare. Bitches. Oh my god!
What the fuck?
That was
Did you
beautiful.
land on me?
He landed on both of us. That was beautiful.
I was sitting up there waiting for you guys to run out just to suplex under someone.
Oh my god, from the fucking top rope. Alright, I am back. Sorry I took a little longer than I meant to. I wanted to get a good stretch in. I'm gonna go this way because I feel like going into too much more loyalty token. They're both loyalty token. But I don't know if one gives better rewards than the other. Fuck it. There. Placed my archer. Ready to play 7 phantoms! Rude! Okay, here's that. War has begun. Well, it has, I mean, it will, eventually. Okay. Excuse me. So, he was the first one who's seen the murder site? Oh, so you're already calling it a murder site. Does the Ivory Tower know something we don't? Not the official position, but I expect a lot of them to think it's Torque who stood up to benefit the most from the boss's death. It sounds like he's quick to jump on new opportunities. You don't know him. Yes, but I'd love to meet him and ask him some questions. Especially if he was the one who found the body. Well, if you're meeting Torque at all, it won't be tonight. He's too busy. I was assigned to investigate. I won't be able to do it properly if I'm not able to question a key witness. I'll arrange for him to see you this week. This week? Aren't the tensions a little too high for delaying an investigation like this? Well, Torque's work is our best shot at making sure they won't get hired. So boo fucking who. I'm his right-hand woman, though. Got any questions, direct them to me. Maybe the two of you should just head to Callahan's office. The discussion here does not seem to be going in the right direction, nor in a particularly interesting one. You're not coming? Torque and you are not the only ones who have their work cut out for them tonight. I trust you can take it from here. And Mia, be easy on her. In slightly different circumstances, I expect the two of you would have ended up on the same side of the barricade. Uh-huh. Take care. She heads back to her vehicle. Well, follow me. I'll show you his place. Hey! 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 Your cat scratcher's right next to you. Scratch that fucking thing. Dick. Yes, I just flipped off my cat. Don't worry about it. Mark. You want up? Come here. Come be cute. Yeah. He thinks he's a dog. Hi, baby. Love you. Mwah. You gonna get comfy? It's a 19th century style office. Classical wooden, smelly. The stuffy air of books and old furniture and dust covers much of the fragrance of decay. But not all of it. The moving around thing is making it hard for me to read. This is the first time I've seen the remains of a vampire who has met final death. I heard stories of really old kindred crumbling to dust. But that's an exaggeration. At least it didn't happen here. When kindred die, time catches up with them. If you offed me right now, I'd probably turn into an ugly, leaky corpse. But Callahan was well over a century old. It's like looking at a dapper mummy. A desiccated body in a heap of musty clothes. All that's left is the mighty boss Douglas Callahan, Anarch Baron of New York City. If that's really him. Needless to say, it might be a little hard to establish the time of death or the cause, especially as his garb doesn't have any obvious damage. A great place to start. Have you already found anything suspicious? Nothing you don't see in front of you. Huh. Well, that lamp seems to be pointing right at his body for some reason. This door is the only point of entry to the room, right? Yes, unless you count the windows, but nobody except Callahan knew how to operate those, and they don't let air or light through. Metal blinders on the windows facing east. The only modern element of the room sticking out like a sore thumb. They look automated. Was the door open when Torque got here? Well, that's the one suspicious thing. It wasn't. It's as if Callahan locked himself in from the inside. A closed room murder, huh? There's some glass scattered on the floor. I point at it. Could that be from the window? I checked it from the outside. It's in perfect condition. So what's this glass? I have no idea. Why does it seem like she has her suspicions, but is remaining uncooperative just because, fuck off, Camarilla scum? I check the next point of interest, a wall safe, surprisingly large. I play with the lock a bit. What's the combination? It's Callahan's. What makes you think I know? At least I tried. A desk with nothing but an envelope on it. Nothing inside. I check all the drawers. Every single one has been thoroughly emptied. Don't know what I expected. Is this how the anarchs go around securing crime scenes? Were these emptied before Torque arrived? I don't know, but I wouldn't accuse him of tampering with evidence if I were you. Well, thank you. The decor of the room is pretty minimal, so there's not a lot of points of interest that could illuminate the case. I start getting nervous. I point at the painting on the wall. Of course, you have no idea who that is. Callahan's ancestor, I guess? I'm out of ideas. Everything I look at feels like another dead end. I'm frustrated. I feel as if I failed this investigation before it has even started. There must be something more. I start walking around, trying to find a single clue. Mia just watches me indifferently. Give me anything. Anything, goddammit. Anything. What? Oh, that's right! I can talk to the dead! A shadow blinks in and out of existence near Callahan's remains. I freeze in place. I forgot the Lasombra can talk to the dead! I'm afraid to speak up so that I don't startle whatever or whoever that was. You done here? Doesn't seem like Mia noticed it. Give me just a moment more. She groans under her nose and goes back to messaging someone on her phone. When she does, the shadow appears again. Once again, blink in, blink out. Could something be there? I approach the clothes and start searching them for a clue. Maybe they missed something. Getting desperate, huh? Just being thorough. We've searched the bastard like 3 times. He had nothing of interest on him. How about this? A small card, barely noticeable, looking a bit like a shopping list, is shoved deep into an almost invisible hole in the fabric. I take it out and show it to Mia. Huh. You didn't plant that there, did you? No. Did you? Shove off. What's on it? The list of 4 names. D'Angelo, Hope, Agathon, and Tamika. No! Shit! Those were the ones I interacted with the most in the last game, but did it import any information from the last game? I don't think it did, but those are the 4 people I interacted with the most. D'Angelo and Tamika were the ones who came and rescued me. Any idea what this is about? Beats me. She's lying, but I don't care. Tomorrow night, I will meet up with Kadir and ask him to help me figure it out. Boy, I don't know if you can hear the stream at all, but I hear the timer for the oven going off. Ow! The carpals in my hand cracked. Oh. That did not feel good. Oh, that hurt a lot, actually. I think I'm done here. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. As she sees me as nothing more but an enemy agent. When will I get to meet with Torque? If, and that's a big if, he will agree to meet you on a 1-to-1 basis. Catherine will let you know. He probably won't let a loyal Camarilla lapdog like you see him without her oversight anyway. Camarilla lapdog, huh? A risky play, of course, and it might backfire. But maybe I'd benefit if I put my loyalty in the court into question. What? Food! Thank you.
Mine.
Okay. What? Bye, child. Oil took my child. Ow. Ooh, hot. I'm gonna put that over there and let that cool. Okay. Camarilla lapdog. I don't think so. Camarilla lapdog? Please. Well, aren't you? Trust me. I'm not the type who bites the hand that feeds her. But the court's favorite pastime is leaving me starved. Oh, so it's like that, huh? Trait updated. Where do I see my traits? Oh, I hope I didn't fuck up. Yeah. She studies me carefully. I will keep that in mind, depending on how the situation unfolds. Good. In the meantime, have a good night. You too. Getting late, or early, depending on how you look at it. Once I leave Callahan's office, I head straight to Dakota's apartment. I try to sneak by to my bedroom, but she's up waiting for me. How was your night? Shit. Tomorrow. What happened? It looked like something the cat dragged in. Tomorrow, I promise. But I'm worried. Don't be. Tomorrow. She gives me a concerned look and closes her eyes, slumps her shoulders, and frowns. All right. You're the best. I reach my pitch-black room and throw myself on the bed. Yeah, they didn't even give her a fucking sunproof apartment or anything. They just... like, they didn't provide for her at all. Like, they're just... Yeah, you're a representative of the Lasombra clan. We don't fucking recognize you as a regent or anything. Thank you, fuck you. The responsibilities, the stakes, the way I always feel too slow to react properly in these situations. I don't want to think. I want to turn off my brain. I want to drift into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Resting. Resting bitch face. You have received your first trait. Some choices in the game will push Julia towards different ways of thinking, which will have a lasting effect on her throughout the story. Cool. You will see a brief pop-up on the top of the screen anytime that you receive a new trait. You can always view any unlocked traits in the log screen accessed through the top left icon. Mari's breaking in. Remember that ruthlessness is the mark of a true Lasombra, but you might walk another path before reaching that destination. Hi, Mari, welcome back. You escapade. Meow. Hi, baby. I can look at it up here. Ah, Julia's traits. Loyal only to myself. Cool. What's that do? No? I can't click on it? Okay. Well, apparently I'm loyal only to myself. Always told you you'd make it big. Get real. These assholes are just using me as a pawn in some stupid fourth-dimensional chess game. As opposed to just keeping you off the chessboard. Don't be a glass-half-empty buzzkill. Watch them make me a scapegoat or something. That would be exciting. I could write a book about living with the 21st century Lee Harvey Oswald. Come on, don't even joke like that. I haven't killed anyone. Julia, honey, neither did Oswald. Yeah, right. Keep forgetting. Stop wriggling or I'll mess up your face. Sorry. I'm always obedient when she's busy working on my makeup. It's hard to take care of your appearance, especially your face, when you can't even see yourself in a mirror. Not that I've ever been particularly good at it, but Dakota doesn't seem to mind. I'm her goth dress-up doll. Her presence in my unlife is one of the few good things that my sire provided for me before fucking off to Chicago. Normally, I'd be told to find myself a ghoul, but many of our clan, myself included, finds the idea of ghouls distasteful. We're cat people, not dog people. We don't want mindlessly faithful servants. We want companions who rely on us, despite having, in theory anyway, the free will not to. Right, Maru? You coming up? Hi! Welcome back! You've escaped the boyo. Mwah! Oh, nope, that's my food. The kind of relationship I have with Dakota would normally be a breach of the Masquerade's rules, but the rules are different for kindred who are Camarilla adjacent, even losers like me. Simplifying here, but my sire made it clear that her child would not own slaves, and that was the end of the discussion. To be honest, I think the court mostly agreed to that request because they wanted one more thing to blackmail me with, just in case. What would you do in my place? If I had to investigate your elite's wrongdoings? Yeah. I'd probably look for those rich fucks pedophile rings. Look for the asshole who mentioned pizza suspiciously often. See who has powerful friends in Manhattan, jails, stuff like that. Oh, come on. Nah, I'm serious. Search for the deep rot, and a lot of smaller crimes will get solved in the process. What is it with you and conspiracy theories? What do you mean? You just told me your bosses are having eyes wide shut parties, and suddenly you don't believe in rich people pedophile rings? I definitely fucking do. Can you stop stepping on the keyboard, please? I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. My point is, you act as if all the conspiracy theories are real. Like you can't possibly believe all that shit. Half it doesn't even make sense. Well, you want an interesting answer or a real answer? The real answer should be the more interesting one. Hey, can you stop? You're being quite the nuisance. Get in the basket. Quit eating my pencils. God, he's chewing the erasers off of my pencils. She removes her brush from my face to gather her thoughts. Everyone's lost nowadays. Just look at the world. It's drowning in facts that fail to cohere into a single convincing narrative or a story that resonates. The corporate media wants you to believe in empirical thinking, but it always fails to deliver moral or metaphysical truth, and the people desperately lack those. What do? They turn to conspiracists, there we go, and suddenly they are able to navigate the world. And why is that? Because conspiracy theories give them emotional truth that serve as a compass. Is Bill Gates trying to insert satanic microchips into my body? Probably not. I hope not. Now, is he a terrible person? No idea, but there's ample evidence that might be the case. Can you stop? I don't... You gotta stop that. You keep muting me. You muted me yesterday, and I don't know how long I was muted for. You're lucky you're fucking cute. Is it his ruthless business strategies? The company he used to keep? The philosophies he follows? People look at it. Excuse me. I'm choking on my saliva. Oh, excuse me. Okay. People look at him and they feel he's fishy. So when the media presents him as a genius or a savior, and I post that he wants to put the mark of the beast in my body, they choose to believe me. Because it makes moral, emotional, and metaphysical sense to them. And ultimately, that's what matters the most. The end. Okay, I think I get it. I'm 99% sure this is complete bullshit, but I'm buying it. I mean, it totally misrepresents most conspiracy nut jobs I knew. But it's interesting and fun to think about, so I don't really give a damn if it's the truth. See, that's the idea. You get it. You came up with this monologue. You came up with this monologue yourself? Oh no, I read it on Facebook. And memorized it? Oh, figures. But just to make sure, vaccines are okay. Well, as far as I know, they don't cause autism. Can you stop? Why? Why are you being a menace? He's trying to eat my mustache. Good to hear. Anywho, I'm done. Not that we need vaccines, you know, as a vampire. That's my food, fucker. I know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do. Does your dad need to come get you? Or are you going to behave? Anywho, I'm done. You're the best. Yeah, considering how many times I've done makeup on a dead body, I probably have enough job experience to be a mortician by now. Now that sounds like an exciting career, but in reality, it's probably the most boring thing under the sun. Can you stop? Stop pressing keys on the keyboard. Yeah, I like my corpses talkative, pouty, and self-loathing. Shut up. This carcass will be leaving now. It's got a job to do. Go get him, Tiger. First thing I need to do, meet up with Kadir tonight and report to him. Hope he knows how to guide me out of this mess. Can you stop? My God. He should have time for me in an hour or two. In the meantime, I suppose it's time to find some... What's the most dehumanizing word I could use here? Nourishment? Kadir told me I'd need to quench my hunger less often if I didn't smoke. It kills you, he said. But to start killing itself, your organism must pretend it's alive, and that uses up precious vitae. But I love cigarettes. The way they smell, the way they burn, the hot ash falling from the top, the sound of the lighter. The way they kill you, of course. Can you stop? You're so cute. I love you, Maru. I do. Hi. You're being so cute. Mwah. I love you. Why did you flinch when I said that? Why? Why you do this? You just want my chicken. And I guess I need some tactile connection to who I was back when I was alive. Okay, New York City, guide my steps. Show me which one of your children I should drink up tonight. Option number 1, Diva's Delight. A fitting name for a kiss addict, audacious enough to openly pitch her unique taste to those in the know. I'm not in a clubbing mood, but since I need to feed, I might as well give that rumor a shot. Okay. A slap on the wrist. Samira is asking me to meet her. If not for the ongoing celebrations, the patrician would prove an odd choice for a secret rendezvous. Here's hoping she can provide some useful insight in the case. Bunny as a reporter. The note left at my old dead drop point reads, "Funny as a reporter." Shit, could it be Woods? Long time no see. What does one do when the ghost of Christmas past knocks on the door? I want to go see Samira. Ding! About 4 minutes left on Stream Raiders, by the way. A clean-cut staff member, dressed in an impeccable company uniform, smiles at me as the elevator door opens. "Good evening, ma'am. Meeting someone?" I dismiss his question with an apathetic shrug. He sizes me up for a brief moment, visibly questioning my fashion sense. However, his professional acumen quickly trumps his discontent. "Very well. This way, please." NYC's nouveau rich seem awfully hungry for gourmet soup this late at night. The patrician is packed almost to the brim. I don't know if that's actually how you say that. Concierge points me over to the last vacant table, conveniently situated in the far-off corner of the main hall. I nestle in the chair, letting my elbows rest on the ornate tablecloth. "Watch out, oblivious white collars. There's a black widow in your midst." Can you stop? Stop eating my pencils! Why? Why are you being like this? I know the answer to the question. Don't you start eating the plants. Come on. Chill. Chill. Usfraba. Well, I'm here. Might as well just kick back and die of boredom. Yeah. I really, really need something to occupy my mind. Figure out why Samira asked you to come. Have a smoke and examine the place. I don't think we can smoke in here. Figure out why Samira asked you to come. As I'm waiting, I rack my brain for any idea why the Banu Hakim Primajim wanted me here tonight instead of out there, working on my case. The obvious possibility, and the one I'm counting on, that she has some sort of lead she wasn't comfortable sharing at Elysium. I'm almost certain that's a false hope, though. This whole investigation still feels like a joke being told at my expense. Maru, you're not getting my food. Stop it. No. While I'm trying to figure out how I feel about this, somebody finally takes notice of me. The concierge quickly closes in on me, dancing habitually between the tables, and addresses me before I can even utter a single word. "Excuse me, ma'am. Are you Miss Sawinski by chance?" As soon as I nod, he hands me a carefully folded memo and leaves. The note reads, "The manager of this establishment insulted the Camarillah's authority with his negligence. Even though it's minor, his transgression must be penalized. I would like you to assist me in this matter. Such a display of goodwill on your part will surely improve your standing with the higher-up. Choose an appropriate non-lethal punishment. S." Well, this is disappointing. It was a high order to expect any help with the investigation, I guess. Instead, just another chore. The best I can hope for is that this really is just a friendly request and not a deliberate attempt to derail my work this early in the game. Might as well get it done since I'm already here, so I can move on with more pressing stuff. I swiftly approach the manager and tap him on the shoulder. He furrows his brow as soon as he notices me. "I'm afraid I'm busy. One of the waiting staff should be able to... We have something to discuss. The VIP lounge. Now, if you please." His face loses color. Maybe it has dawned on him that I'm even paler than the other, more blue-blooded guests. He immediately becomes compliant as I escort him through a side door. The room isn't empty, but its guests are just leaving. Nobody pays me any attention. The manager is as polite as he can be as he sees the patrons out, but I can see he's clearly losing his shit. Alright, let's go to war. Boop. Neon Halo. I'm pretty sure I've seen you in my stream readers before. Are you hanging out in chat by any chance? Does not appear so unless you're going by a different name. Interesting music for this battle. No. No. Back off. No. You have to behave in order to get a treat. Have a healer scroll, Blue. Stop it. Alright, we're going to the loyalty chest. I thought for sure Boy would be placing units, but apparently he's not. What a jerk. Athena. Melee units gain 100% damage and attack speed. Melee units will deal 1000% extra damage. Every time the unit gains a kill or assist, this bonus is blocked for 10 seconds. All units have negative 50% healing. Melee! Sir, I need you to do a whole lot of calm the fuck down and chill the fuck out. Just a little clusterfuck of melee units. Okay, chill. In order for you to get a bite of my food, you first have to behave. I reward good behavior, not bad behavior. No. 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 We're gonna do another Stream Raiders battle, and then I'll take my break after that. He quietly asks one of his staff to give him 5 minutes in the lounge, and gingerly closes the door behind him. Then the pleading starts. Listen, I know I screwed up. I shouldn't have let him in. How could I know he's not one of the proper clients? I don't give a... Listen, hey. I would never, I implore you, I have children, for Christ's sake. There must be something, an arrangement, a way to... He just goes on as if I'm not even here. With each subsequent whimper, he becomes more and more irritating. Explain. Just shut up for a goddamn second. My outburst finally makes him hold his tongue. I light up the last cigarette in the package, take a slow puff, trying to compose myself. I don't know how you have a last cigarette already, because, your last cigarette's in a puddle at Coney Island. I have no use for your explanations and justifications. I don't know what sort of transgression you've committed. I should never have let this Sensoric guy in. And truth be told, I don't give a shit. It will never happen again, I swear on my mother's grave. Just... I'm not that good a judge of character, but him pleading with his arms out really makes him look like the biblically wayward son, swearing to change his ways. Brand him. I mean, they said not to kill him. But I also don't want to brand him, because I'm not like that. Let him off with warning. I approach him slowly, with the nastiest smile I can muster. With my every step, the sound of his voice falters ever so slightly, until all that's left is the ambience of the room and the main lobby beyond. Then I put my finger right in his face. This is your last fucking chance. If I ever have to come here again. As I show him a throat-slitting gesture, the faint scent of urine begins to spread through the room. Jesus Christ, if I could only see myself in the mirror right now. I don't want to be here for a second longer. I take off. I realize how close I was to just ripping this guy a new asshole. Karen warned me that something in our bloodline finds sniveling weaklings detestable. Is that what triggered me? But that's a conundrum for another occasion. I did what I was asked, and I've sure as hell wasted enough time here. I should move on. Well. Alright, let's go talk to Bunny. Honestly, sweeping through Evergreen Cemetery in search of Nigel Woods was the last thing I expected to be doing tonight. And yet, here I am. The past refuses to let me out of its grip even for a few days. Hell, the black limo almost ran me over on my way here. I just can't get a break, can I? Oh, that was the Nosferatu. I forget his name. I need to make that smaller. That's too big. There you go. Don't say I never gave you anything. You little shit. I do need my mouse, though. Can I have that? Thanks. It takes me less than a minute to find Nigel. He's standing next to the gravestone of John Bunny, one of the most famous actors of the 1910s. Why there exactly? Well, the man is paranoid, which is why we were forced to come up with such an unpredictable method of choosing rendezvous points. It had to be ambiguous enough to seem incidental to a casual onlooker, but reasonably uncomplicated so that this dumbass couldn't mess it up. So we decided on silent film actors. Whenever we wanted to meet, he left me a note with an obscure movie title. Then, I only had to look up who starred in it and make my way to their final resting place. Yeah, maybe it feels somewhat goofy and unnecessary, but it's also been fun. And ridiculing Woods for his paranoia would be a classic case of the pot calling the kettle black. There he is, idling away his time on his smartphone, rapidly swiping left with noticeably increasing frustration. Too many girls who actually know what they want from life in a row, Nigel. Don't worry, I'm definitely not that type. When he sees me, he reacts as if he's just seen a ghost. A regular comedian. The man halts a few feet away from me and crosses his arms, giving me a dirty look. What the hell are you up to these days, Sawinski? Too busy for your old pal? You never write? You never call? He puts on this completely unconvincing frown, but quickly loses it, bursting into sincere laughter. Shit, Jules, not gonna lie, it's good to see you. Looking good, gal. I mean, you're still all doom and gloom, and even paler than usual. But I always had a soft spot for your bony ass. Come here and give your uncle a hug. Give him the look. I've worked with Nigel long enough for us to settle on some basic nonverbal signals for improved communication, by which I mean signaling him to get his shit together. I'm surprised to find that it's still an instinctual thing, as if my mortal body adapted to it so well in the past that it reacts the same way even now that it's dead. All right, I get it. And to think we used to. Cut to the chase, Woods. This wasn't a social invitation, and I have only so much patience for your innuendos. What do you want? Still quick to get right to the point, huh? Very well. I've been trying to put together a piece on some particularly unseemly business in the deep web. One of my plugs pointed me in the direction of Double Spiral, saying that Double Spiral. Am I even surprised the name keeps coming up again and again? Still kind of haunts me. Of course, I made sure it would. I still keep tabs on Montgomery from time to time.
Good morning.
Oh, Darkest Day, thank you for the raid. Hello, welcome in. Hello, Raiders. I've been eclipsed. Yay, welcome in, Raiders. I hope you had a good stream. I'm gonna take a guess and say Fortnite. Hi, Maru. It's still my chicken. I gave you a piece already. It's still mine. Here we go. Give you a shout. Fortnite. Ha ha ha. I was right. They were last playing Fortnite. Of course you were. You Fortnite bitch. How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Dravens. Hello, Beauty Squad. Thank you for the follow. The clip broke. Can you stop? I gave you a piece of chicken. The rest is mine. You act like I don't feed you, but you got a full bowl of food out there. I love you, but stop trying to steal my chicken. But hello, Raiders. I am Manna Logan, and tonight I am playing, more like reading, Vampires the Masquerade: Shadows of New York. It's Vampire the Masquerade is a tabletop D&D-esque roleplay game. And they have some visual novels, and I enjoy it. Him's a handsome boy. He is. He's a naughty boy, though, because he keeps trying to steal my food. But I gave you chicken. It's time to settle down. Thank you. Good try, boyo. Are you finally playing Phasmophobia, boyo? Hi, Mario. You're still not getting it. I gave you a piece. That's all you're getting. The rest is mine. Go over there. 13 pounds of muscle. Stream went great. Got to end on a great win. Awesome. It's going pretty good. We're just vibing and enjoying some vampire drama. Now, in his drama, you are really fighting me. You've been hitting buttons on the keyboard. You've been eating pencils. You've been trying to steal my food that boyo made for me. A hot mess. Don't you go over there and try to eat my plants. What I've been dealing with. No, this is mine. No, this is mine. I will kick you out of the bedroom. I know, Nightbot. I'll take my stress break after the Stream Raiders battle. You, stop. We'll take a nap. Okay. I'm trying to scroll back up. Okay, I did read that. Maru, you're not getting the chicken. It's mine. It might have been just another part of Karen's hazing ritual, but I have a feeling that even if that wasn't the case, Brian would still be told to kill the story. Some dirt on this internet whiz goes by the name of Hope. She supposedly has had some close dealings with the Montgomery clan. Ever heard of her? Yes, I have. She's Malkavian. Not an expert on the concept. Can't say I'm familiar with the person in question either. She never went by her actual name though. Online, she had like a variety of usernames because she was schizophrenic. I'm lying, of course, feigning apathy. The name strikes a chord, being one of the 4 jotted down on Callahan's list. Fucking graceful. How did you just manage that? I'm gonna have to go back and watch the VOD to see how he just fucking managed that. Oh, never mind. Stream. Oh, OBS is frozen. Are we good? Are we back? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, looks good. Okay, sorry about that. My internet seemed to have blipped out for a minute there. Conveniently as Maru toppled off the fucking desk. Move. My cat is so graceful. There's a reason his nickname is Falling Rock. Okay, so I'm gonna read this part, of course, because I don't know when it got all fucked up. So, but also we got 60 minutes left in Stream Raiders. So if you want to join the Stream Raiders battle, !battle in the chat, pulls up the link, and you can join Stream Raiders. We are currently doing a very hard loyalty chest battle. You hit the floor with enough force to short the Wi-Fi, I guess. So fucking graceful. I'm lying, of course, feigning apathy. The name strikes a chord, being one of the 4 jotted down on Callahan's list. Now, coincidence? Kadir insisted I shouldn't believe in these. As far as I can tell, she's mostly involved in some kinky porno stuff involving scopophilia? Okay, body maiming, lots of blood. Shit's borderline occult. My cover's blown, though. I think someone's after me. Still, I've got a few useful leads, which I'd happily exchange for some Benjamins before I go AWOL. Interested? Knowing him, those few leads are completely worthless. But with his luck, he really might have strayed into dangerous waters. What's useless to him might prove useful to me. If I play along, he won't even know I'm no longer in his line of work. Did you expect me to buy your intel sight unseen? No dice, Nigel. Break it down for me. I won't screw you over. You know me better than that. He sighs audibly, sizing me up and down. After a brief moment, he raises his voice again. What do you want to know? Everything. Whatever your porn-addicted ass considers to be of value. Nigel closes his eyes, pondering where to begin. Now, this might sound complicated, so I can send you some helpful YouTube videos later, but here we go. The next few minutes, Nigel explains his findings while desperately trying, and mostly failing, to make them sound like something more than dumb urban legends. Among the many threads, he mentions blood trafficking, secret turf wars, a coven of Masonic lodge types, the biblical flood, and businessmen consorting with the devil in search of immortality. That's pretty par for the course of the Camarilla. To common ears, all this would probably sound like some Bozal conspiracy theory. Okay, but from what I can gather, he's flying dangerously close to the sun. At the moment, he doesn't know jack shit, and has no proof of any, meaning he doesn't pose any real danger to the masquerade. But his conviction in following every possible lead was what made me work with him in the first place. Damn it, I'm not sure if I can just let him go. You know, Nigel, I actually watched our friend John Bunny here portray a reporter in one of his silent pictures. In the film, he disguised himself as a woman and infiltrated a secret suffrage meeting. Of course, he fucked it all up and got chased up a tree by an angry ex-wielding liberationist. This kind of journalism makes infinitely more sense than the bullshit you're spouting right now. Sorry. I know how it sounds, Jules, but I have this itch in the back of my head telling me there's more to it than it seems. And you know my sixth sense hardly ever fails me. I think it's horseshit, and I'll leave it at that. So what about that Hope girl? Got something worth pursuing? Maybe. She's an enigma. A total fucking mystery. The only thing I'm certain of is that she exists and enjoys streaming for an exclusive audience. Supposedly, she's into cryptocurrency. You know, those Bitcoin things? I could never make any sense of it. It's a scramble, I know, but I promise you that somewhere within lies a juicy story for someone like you to pursue. Hell, I have a hunch that if we join forces, we might really hit it big this time. Thoughts? This poor idiot. This intel of his sounds like a cheap pulp novel. No one in their right mind is going to pay a dime for it. It'll ruin his credibility, if he still has any. If he persists in spreading this bullshit, it will probably completely neuter his ability to harm us, eventually. But if the Ivory Tower gets wind of his activities, Kadir is going to get involved. Going to ask questions. And the answers will get both me and Nigel into trouble. You're awfully quiet, Jules. Speak up, you're creeping me out. I mean, I can give it a shot. I haven't used my abilities at all yet, so... I'm sorry, Nigel. Just a bit. But still. What? He freezes in place as I gaze into his eyes. There is no blood trafficking or secret turf wars going on in New York City. You have nothing on Double Spiral, and there is no hope. You made all of it up. The idea you have instead is a non-fiction book about toxic masculinity. You're going to do your research, and you're going to pitch the book to everyone as a real expert on the subject. He stands there completely perplexed, suppressing layers of rewritten memories. With his mouth wide open, stuck in a bizarre pose, he looks like a total goofball. I can't help but snort. John Bunny wouldn't compare. Especially if our guy really follows his programming and a comedy of errors ensues. He's going to recover in a couple of minutes, but I'm not sticking around. This trick has taken its toll on me. I can only keep my fingers crossed that it sticks. Best to bury the memory of this meeting, along with the rest of my past. Alright, it's about time to head to see Kadir. Mighty kind of him to arrange a meeting in the place that's most convenient for me. D'Angelo, Hope, Tamika, Agathon. I suppose that's better than nothing, but no evidence? Really? Honestly, it felt as if someone had already cleaned up the most egregious stuff before I arrived. Sounds like the Anarchs. I'll definitely try to check that place again, but I feel I'd need some sort of expert to accompany me. An advanced investigator who would show me the ropes. Someone tall and handsome, maybe? Yeah, if you don't mind a diplomatic incident, I'll go with you. Any better ideas? Actually, this very note gave me one, but I will need to set it up first. I'll get back to you about that. You know these people? I've had passing contact with each of them. Part and parcel of the job, you know. I suppose. Can you help me out with this? The way I'd tackle it would be look at one person on the list every night, ask around about them, and see what they know if you do manage to meet them. If I manage to meet them. They're not particularly easy to get a hold of. Always preferred to be a little off the grid, but nowadays, they're all practically in hiding, not MIA or dead. Funny coincidence? It's not my job to speculate. In other words, he knows something, but is not at liberty to say. Guess I'll find out anyway, if I do meet them. And why one night each? Shouldn't I investigate every loose thread until we're satisfied? In a perfect world, you'd have all the time you needed. But this is not a perfect world. They'll try to brute force a solution to the case as soon as possible. No. Maru, that's enough. No, not for you. I suspect that 4 nights from now, once the celebrations of power are over, we'll ask for your findings, and that will be all. Fucked up. To be brutally honest, my focus wouldn't be on solving the murder. Instead, I'd focus on not embarrassing yourself. Fucked up. This is part of why I didn't want you to get involved. You couldn't possibly think Arturo had you involved out of the goodness of his heart. The entirety of your investigation is just for show. You were meant to be an unwitting actor. Maybe I really should just call Mia and be like, you know what? Fuck these condescending ivory tower clowns. I want to work with you. But then again, if I was with the Anarchs, they'd probably delegate even shittier tasks to me. If, and that's a really big if, they didn't think I was some kind of inside agent in the first place. Better stick to Camarilla. But if they're hell-bent on stabbing me in the back at every opportunity, maybe it's time to think about how I can repay the favor. Play dirty, no matter what Kadir thinks of it. After all, from where I'm standing now, there's no other way but up. Penny for your thoughts? Maru, stop. You're not getting the food. I take a drag from my cigarette. I'm pissed off. Ach, schmatz, I'm angry. What do you expect? Something different from the norm, I suppose? My anger levels are above the norm, I suppose. It's a nasty situation, but not one without a possible good ending in sight. So, I hope you can channel that anger into something productive. I can try. Where should I go first? You should go with me. As it happens, I'm only out here because I was ordered to drive Aisling to the art hole. And guess the name of her protege. Oh, so that's who Agathon is. Or was. Nobody knows. Complicated thing. You'll see. I'm on the clock, so let's get a move on. Lead the way, big bad wolf. Still not done with this bit? Not while it's still bothering you. I'm leaving you behind if you don't keep up. As I already told Kadir, and numerous times at that, I have no idea what happened to Agathon. The Broadway Chantry, part of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs, is Aisling's usual hangout place these past few nights. He's in a hurry and not willing to talk. Still don't like that statue. Do you have any idea about his connection to kindred going by the names of Tamika, D'Angelo, and Hope? I don't. I made it a point to keep our relationship strictly professional one, and never meddled in his personal affairs, unless they influenced our work, that is. But it only happened one time. Ah, yes, the infamous Juno case. What about that Juno? Could that Juno case be the reason he's missing? I seriously doubt it, for many reasons. I think the boy's lost his appetite for studying blood magic and set out to do a little soul-searching. It's quite rude of him not to give me a proper warning before he departed. Still, this line of work is not particularly favored by folks with a perfect grasp of savior. Okay. I do hope his search will bring him back right where he started, begging me to take him back in. The boy is talented, and I did put a lot of time into mentoring him. If he doesn't, well, que sera, sera. No skin off my back. So you won't even entertain a possibility that he found himself in harm's way? I know an answer to that one. A researcher's mindset. He doesn't think it's worth considering the worst-case scenario seriously, and just takes things as they come. Precisely. If, for example, climate change scientists didn't operate this way, most would have put a bullet in their own head long ago. That's a cheery thought. I'd like to search the Chantry for Agathon's whereabouts. Our good sheriff already did that long ago. You'd just be wasting your time, and ours for that matter. Didn't you say Helen was waiting for us, Kadir? Give the girl 15 minutes, Aisling. A minimal support for an ongoing investigation. Besides, she has a proclivity for finding things everyone else has overlooked. 10 minutes, and if you attempt to pass this door, or that one up there, I can't guarantee you'll walk out of here alive. Stop. You are not getting the food. Just because I'm not eating it right now does not mean it's for you. Thank you very much, High Regent. Just get on with it. Bitch. My time here is practically up, and I've found nothing of you. It seems Agathon was completely dedicated to his work, when his personal quarters are as barren as it gets. No personal touch whatsoever. Nothing I could go by. It's all research, research, research. Seems like such a bore. Focus, Julia. What would you do if you were a warlock workaholic? Where would you leave clues to your whereabouts? would you do if you found yourself in mortal danger and wanted Dakota to know? Yep, there's a shade. It's loose. Was that? Yeah. It was facing this way, huh? I approached the place where I saw the shadowy silhouette appear. Brick wall, and one of the bricks is loose. I know what you're doing, Maru. I'm not stupid. Kadir and Aisling are in the other room right now, still discussing the party. Not that bad. You ought to learn how to find humor in the little things. It's demeaning, Sheriff. That's all there is to it. Fine. I work the brick loose until I can grip it. Then I tug it as silently as possible, revealing a hole in the wall. Inside, there's a book. I browsed through it quickly. Agathon's diary. That's a bingo. Your 10 minutes are up. So are your 15 minutes, in fact. Are you done in here? If I could just get 5 more minutes, I still feel like I could stumble upon something here if I just look a little more. No way, Julia. Time to go. Fine. I put the brick back and take the diary with me. It did look like Agathon left it so that someone in the chantry could find it. Presumably the High Regent. War! And then stretch break. Gonna go well. I hope. Nope, that didn't go well. Stop. Stop. That's enough, Maru. You act like I don't feed you. Okay, well, that sucked. Ooh, vampire scrolls. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. Upgrade my vampire. Alright. Time for a stretch break. I will be back momentarily.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He got me naked for no reason.
Oh my god, somebody spawned a
He
lion
hung
on
me out
me.
to dry.
Where's the lion?
No!
I took care of it.
Fuck.
I heard Matt leave to go, like, get food or something, or, like, leave, so I texted him, I was like, hey, are you getting
What is
food?
that?
And he said,
I see it. What is it?
I'm not gonna show it.
It's Wendy's!
Yes, it is!
I know what a Baconator looks like!
I just looked at the wrapper, I'm like, oh my god, it's Wendy's!
Dude, I fucking love Wendy's!
He heard us talking about it.
He must have.
That's awesome.
jumped up too early and almost died.
God.
Bitch.
Well, I'm gambling with the.
I was about to say, let's get more than that.
What the? Okay. That was an interesting way to spawn in, Shamander.
I didn't see it.
Well, you.
Let's do this. Ooh.
Please come back. Look at your arm. Look at his arm. Look how busted it is. You see this shit? He's got 2 arms on one side.
Wow.
Listen. It's a birth defect. I'd rather we not talk about it.
Oh.
He's sensitive about that.
Oh, good.
Did he find it? Is he inside? Yep, he's inside.
So, for anyone who can see my stream right now, there are 2 cats in the basket that don't normally share the basket, and they're both pouting because I'm not giving them my food. Like, you can see them on camera.
Oh, yeah, I see them.
Ame doesn't share the basket with anyone. Oh yeah.
We need more.
Oh
coins.
yeah.
Yeah, just a bit.
We're halfway there.
On Ocean Avenue. Yeah, we're halfway there.
All right, I am back. Taking a little extra time on the stretch breaks tonight so that way I can get up and walk around more. My back's been hurting, so I'm trying to move so that it doesn't lock up and cause issues. Boyo, it's a loyalty chest. Place your units. Armored units have 50% reduced attack speed, but cause chain lightning when they attack. Chain lightning deals 15 damage to the target and then chains to 2 other targets for 10 and 5 damage. When a unit dies, all nearby units are blinded for 2 seconds. Blinded units miss their attack. What do I need to place? Well, I think out of all those, my archer is the strongest, but I'm going to place down my tank. Okay, here's that. Excuse me. Alrighty. Okay, yes, I did read that. But my investigation takes priority for now. I bid Kadir and Aisling adieu and start looking for a secluded place to read the diary. This place right here should be secluded enough for me to browse through the diary in peace. Where the fuck are we? I start quickly skimming the book, singling out sentences and paragraphs that look interesting, trying to get a general idea of what kind of person Agathon was. Or is, I hope. The more I read, the clearer the image of the person becomes. He's been working under the High Regent for 15 years. There's an underlying shame in the way he talks about Tremere magic. He always describes himself as too slow on the uptake, too late to learn something, too much of an amateur. He was really into tying in his He was really into tying his self-worth to his wisdom. The entries, beginning in 2012, are terrifyingly regular. The handwriting is extraordinarily neat. The author's absolute dedication to his studies is palpable. If there's anything to his unlife besides work, it's his relationships with the 3 important women he holds dear. The first is his master, Aisling Sturbridge, whom he reveres for her knowledge, stoicism, and willingness to experiment. I was hoping to find some details about her secretive work here, but no dice. Looks like he was willing to risk someone finding all about his inner life, but not anything that could harm her study. A good pupil serving a good mentor. I'm jealous. The second is another warlock, his ex-lover Juno, whom he feels guilty about. They had a conflict in which Aisling was involved. Having to choose between the two, he chose Aisling. According to Agathon, there was never real love between him and Juno. First it was just shared interests, then a growing disconnect, and ultimately, guilt, which made him feel responsible for her. But maybe it's just excuses. He strikes me as the kind of person who spends most of his time inside his head. Doesn't sound like someone you could have a fulfilling romance. Don't dwell on it. I know what you're doing, Julia, but this is not a rabbit hole you'd want to be stuck in right now. Keep reading. Anyway, last but not least, Agathon's mortal grandmother, Sylvia. She is the light of his life and the person who took care of him after his parents died in a ritual murder. Not quite what I expected. Her family used to serve a cruel vampire in Mexico City, and it was retribution for their escape. She was the lead Tremere used to track him down, actually. He was keeping her alive for a long time, but a few months ago, her heart gave up. Agathon blamed his insufficient skills, the kind of man who carries the entire world on his shoulders. Left alone with Aisling, he drowned himself in work and eventually burned out. But it doesn't sound like Sylvia's death was the only event that triggered his depression. Excuse me. There was some kind of incident back in 2019. He doesn't cite specifics. Another thing he was worried about writing down. All vague mentions of a person who made him fly too close to the sun. This is a phrase we're hearing a lot. Whatever happened, It had the same effect as his grandma's death. New York stopped feeling like a home to him. It became alien, empty, grotesque, his words. I checked the first page. There's a recent photograph of him glued to the inner side of the cover, facing away from the camera, only showing his profile, and striking a rather dramatic pose. At first, it looks kind of poserish to me. However, upon closer inspection, it seems like a goodbye photo. The final melancholic glance he throws in your direction before disappearing for good. There's also a single black feather. No idea what it means. Something's written next to the photograph. Okay, so after this Stream Raiders battle, I'm gonna call it a night because I'm starting to struggle. Just a bit. Something's written next to the photograph with a lot of flourish. Looks like a poem? More than annoyed, sad. More than sad, unhappy. More than unhappy, suffering. More than suffering, abandoned. More than abandoned, alone in the world. More than alone, exiled. More than exiled, dead. More than dead, forgotten. The Sedative, 1917, by Marie Laurencin. Looks like he wrote it down recently. It might have resonated with his emotional state over the past few months. Most importantly, it seems to confirm his intent with this diary to me. The general idea seems to be his research will outlive him, so he doesn't even detail it. Still, he wanted some kind of tangible memory of who was left for posterity. But that's not all. There's still a mystery to be solved. Quite a few of the pages toward the end are missing, but it doesn't look like they were necessarily removed to redact information. They were torn off in a way that makes it clear the paper wasn't ever used. What's more, the preceding pages are empty as well. Could it be that? That's when it happens again. I notice a bizarre shape in my peripheral vision. Hi. Bleed. I turn to catch a glimpse as fast as possible, but it's already gone. If my heart could beat faster right now, it would be jumping out of my chest. It's discomforting. I've been seeing these apparitions ever since I turned into this. The worst part is I feel they were always there. Even as a mortal, they were there sometimes in the corner of my eye, disappearing when I tried to look directly at them, making me think it was just my mind playing tricks on me. But when you're part of the night clan, there are times they don't disappear. There are times they talk. There are times that they try to force you to do their bidding. And worst of all, no, I don't want to think about it right now. Still, in my experience, they aren't exactly, I don't know, consciously malevolent. This one in particular is trying to help. I open the book on the first empty page and look around to make sure nobody is staring. Then I cut myself using a razor I keep in my pocket just in case. It's not a deep slice. I just want to let a droplet of vitae fall onto the page. That's when the letter appears. Look at me, a true clown, no longer confident that any of my people can be trusted. I turn to I don't know what that one is. A camarilla at that. Fucking hate you. So glad you're dead. Reserved contempt. What are you for, boy? Laugh at me. Ridicule is all I deserve. Oh, what are you waiting for? Come on, don't just stand there like an idiot. You want to say something? Say it. This is the last thing I expected to happen. This diary is haunted. A series of quickly changing sentences and images composed of shadows and blood give me a window into another reality. It's not an objective view. It's like scattered remnants of emotions, similar to a half-remembered dream, full of holes, but an honest expression of one's mind. Might it be interacting with me? Just a hypothesis, but I don't know why else it would show me Callahan. And was that Ellis Island? Yes, it was. Right. This time, I don't even look in its direction. The voice makes me feel oddly confident about what I need to do. Pick up the feather that was in the diary and dip it in my VTM. Then I write down. Well, it did say contempt in the vision, so I'm going with that. Let's try contempt. You sold out your ideals long ago, old man. I tried to combine ago and old. Dyslexic. Stop it. You're a shithead, a coward, a bigot, a failed leader hated by everyone serving you. Of course I have nothing but contempt for you. Good. Finally, some honesty. Now we can talk to each other like equals. It doesn't feel like this is the way these events took place. It's more like a way to explore Agathon's emotional truth about the way it all unfolded. In any case, the diary is reacting to me, and some shade of the truth is better than nothing. It's a handy tool, and if I use it right, I might find some clues that could aid me in my investigation. There are a few thoughts floating around in my head, like alien entities trying to make their way out. Is that also an effect of the diary's power? Let's try. Death. Is it fear of death that drove you to contact me? Don't be ridiculous. I've been ready to die since before you even came out of your mama's womb, boy. No, I fear something worse. When you heard about their plot. Yes, I wasn't afraid it would fail and leave me in for final death. I was afraid it would succeed. God damn it, what are the two of you talking about? Why did you meet? Ellis Island. Why did you pick this place to meet anyway? It's secluded and there's something in the air here that makes all the blood magic go haywire, which is especially important. Because of me, you're still afraid I might be part of the experiment? No, because of that devil woman. Blood running cold. All the scribblings disappear, and another set starts taking their place. The diary conjures an image of a completely different place. I instantly get a feeling of déjà vu. I process the space differently. The atmosphere is different, more familiar, homely. But this is unmistakably the Tremere Chantry I visited earlier tonight. And standing there is just the person I'd expect. Looks like that's it for my meeting with Callahan, goddammit. But what if the person he was talking about and eliciting a strong emotional reaction from was Aislinn? The diary awaits my next command. Who? Hyregion. Who? What is this naive question? I make it a point to have a few strings attached to me as possible. As few. The few I've kept because the benefits they offer should be painfully obvious to you. I don't feel comfortable being a part of this at all. I always thought you were busy with science, not politics. These are the words of a child, Agathon, since science has always relied on politics, and politics on science. Not like this, High Regent. Don't embarrass me, Agathon. Not like this. Moving scribblings disappear again. I hastily let another drop of blood fall on the page. What appears this time is yet another familiar face. Ah, yeah. Agathon. What is it that you wanted to tell me? You goddamn rat. I beg your pardon? The harpy vanishes. Oh, he's the harpy. Yeah, right. As if I could ever gather the courage to say this to your face. But at least I can do... But the least I can do is try to stab you in the back. The diary ends here. I spill a little more VT on the page, but it no longer works. Suppose that's it. Still no idea what happened to Agathon. Is he alive, or is he dead? I'm hoping alive. Maybe Dakota is right. I've been a glass-half-empty buzzkill too often. I will brace for the worst, but hope for the best. The way he left his diary for someone to carry on his work, the hints he strategically left inside it, he got this all planned out. No doubt about it. I choose to believe I will see him again one night. Maybe I'll even compliment that jacket he has. Glass half full. Oh. Cool. We got about 13 and a half minutes left on this Stream Raiders battle. In any case, I think it's time to pay a visit to the art hole. I know R2O tends to leave the Elysium quite often to take in some fresh air and message people on his BlackBerry. So I just wait until I see him. Do BlackBerries even exist anymore? Is that still a thing? The tactic works. He's surprised to see me. Miss Sawinski, shouldn't you be busy with your investigation? I am, actually, which is why I've come to see you. That's peculiar, because I'm absolutely sure I have nothing to do with this case. Aren't you barking up the wrong tree? That's what I'm here to find out. I assumed you'd want to see me. See, I'm thorough. Yes, I'm sure. I suppose it's commendable. What is it, then? I have reasons to believe that in the last few months, you, the High Regent Aisling Sturbridge, and her child Agathon were involved in a secretive scheme. His expression changes ever so imperceptibly, but the difference is palpable to me. For the first time ever, he looks at me as a person. Up until now, I was just an amusing diversion. Now I'm something more, and he doesn't like it. What gave you this idea? I'm not at liberty to say. If you really want to know, ask the sheriff. Of course, Kadir doesn't know anything, but he's the only one in the court that Arturo has repeatedly failed to influence. He'll think twice before approaching him. I fail to see how this matter relates to the task at hand. I have every reason to think Baron Callahan was involved, and that he might have had grounds to fear for his life because of said scheme. He's tense now. Do I have the upper hand? Miss Sawinski, please answer the question. The delicate matter you are speaking of has absolutely nothing to do with Baron Callahan's grim fate. It's a strictly confidential affair. It would be wise of you to stop pursuing it. It would be wise of you to fuck off. I can't be an investigator if I'm not allowed to properly investigate. This matter is unrelated to your work and should be treated as such. I am 100% convinced Prince Panhard would agree. If you insist on pursuing it further, we can take it up to the prince and see if her stance differs from mine. But I think you aren't as naive as to waste her time this way. And besides, she'd certainly want you to present the basis for your discovery to the court. Would you handle it? I have no response. Damn it, this is his revenge for invoking Kadir, isn't it? I thought so. Is the High Regent inside? She is, but don't worry. I'll make sure to tell her not to waste your precious time, Miss Sawinski. So that's how you're gonna play it, you bastard. Well, I guess you win this round. A strategic retreat is my only choice here. I don't have a full deck of cards yet, but just you wait. In a few nights, I'll take my leave then. Yes, do that. And if I may be so blunt, Focus on the investigation avenues that aren't utterly imbecilic and suicidal to pursue, miss. I bid you adieu. Curse him out under my breath as he disappears inside the art hole. Guess this avenue really is cut off for me. At least for now. 3 names left on the list. Still have some leads to go by, but for now, it's getting late. I should go to St. Patrick's and file my latest report. When I reach the cathedral, Father Leonard is already there. He's not exactly the most punctual person, so I always feel relieved to see him from afar. Time to move in and move out before I'm noticed by Ben. Will this be all? I guess so. I rattled off most of it in a hurry on the way here. I'll come up with a more exhaustive report tomorrow night. Busy? Looks that way, Father. Our wayward girl has finally been recognized by her superior. Here we go again. Of course he had to sneak up on me. If even you heard about that, I guess that means every single kindred in the 5 boroughs now. I know you're an expert when it comes to knowing who's saying what and where, but the last time we met, you promised to share that knowledge with me. Yeah, I was kind of lying. That's the 9th commandment broken, Father. Shouldn't you scold her? Don't involve me in your silly games, Ben. The way you fall for obvious lies stems from your biggest failing in communication. And that is, you only pay attention to the what that's being said and not the how. That's... Ooh yeah, motherfucker, suck it. Annihilate it with an absolutely flawless diagnosis. Child, don't make me regret siding with you. I'm sorry, Father. Won't happen again, especially if you promise to keep verbally destroying that clown. You're in a strange mood tonight, child. Go get some sleep. Yes, we'll continue this tomorrow. I'm not showing up here tomorrow. Yes, you are. Stop breaking the 9th commandment. See you around, Julia. That's my name in a sickly sweet way that gives me the creeps. I bow to Father Leonard, do my best to ignore Ben, and head for Dakota's place. Yeah. Finally, a haven. Hey, did they give me a haven? Nope, that was not the one thing I wanted to... Girl has to hide from the sun somewhere. It tends to be at Dakota's place for me lately. Nobody's likely to rent. Okay, so no, it is not a haven that was given to you. It's literally Dakota's apartment. Hey, another tough night. You don't know the half of it. You want a drink? She points to her neck. I manage to summon a faint smile. I'd love to, but you know, we can't do this too often. Maybe tomorrow? You want to talk then? Yeah, guess so. Just not about work, okay? I sit down next to her. Not about work. Got it. What's on your mind then? The past, yes. Meaning? How spotty our memories are, and how, despite that, that's what we build our convictions on. Sorry, so banal. I'm just tired and frustrated. Well, let's talk about something more specific then. What do you remember about the time we first met? The time we first met? Yeah. Shit, not a lot actually. Those were gloomy, anxious days. I think I subconsciously replaced most of them with blank spaces. I remember you trying to paint your hair black. Ouch. Don't dig up my trauma now, okay? I remember that when we first talked, we talked about Hausu. Don't say Hausu. It's low-key racist, I think. I have no clue what we're talking about, so. Nobody ever knows what you mean by house. That's... That show with the asshole doctor? No, the Japanese haunted house horror film that feels like it was written by a 7-year-old with ADHD. Okay. In the best way. In the best way. Duh. We were arguing which characters from the movie both of us are. You were Kung Fu, and I ended up as Prof, which was rude. You were dressed up like a total nerd. Not my fault. What was the deal with that suit? I liked that suit. Yeah, it was okay. I remember helping you out with graphic design whenever you needed it. Funny, I remember you needing help with writing as something that tended to happen far more often. Yeah, we developed a fun shared aesthetic with similar surface concerns, and it bonded us together even before we made sure we were fully compatible deep down as human beings. Hell, I'm still not sure we are, especially now with me not being human. But hey, at least we both agree that this bedroom feels super comfy. I remember always feeling left out of your social circles. Always knocking at the door from the outside. Oh, forget it. My social circles were full of out-of-touch, snobby assholes. Yeah, but it felt weird how much they avoided me. There was that one time with Isabella. All of a sudden, one thing Isabella said at that one party flashes in my mind with startling clarity. After midnight, in that kitchen, without context, she just walked up to me and... She will isolate you, she will suck you dry, and she'll move on to the next target. That's the only thing she knows. Ugh, don't remind me of Isabella. She always resented me. It's been so long, and it's all baseless conjecture now, but what if she really did isolate me on purpose back then? Nah, glass is half full. The past is Schrodinger's cat, and all that. Better to believe in the positive version of events. Come to think of it, friend or foe, if you don't believe they're on your side, they will know it one way or the other. And then it's 100% certain they won't be on your side. Maybe optimism really is the way. About 2.5 minutes left on Stream Raiders. Yeah, forget Isabella. Let's just drop this talk. I'm frustrated enough. I need a reset. Sounds like a good idea. Off to sleep? Yeah, gotta get ready to go back to hell tomorrow. Alright, I'll get back to work. You're working remotely again? Yeah, my office is going insane for so many reasons, and I'm getting cabin fever too. Get some sun, it'll be good for you. Look who's talking. Good night, sunshine. Good night. Well, I don't want to start another day and then end it when we've only got about 1.5 minutes left on Stream Raiders. So I am going to save and exit, and then poof over here, and take a look at our board here. And our next phase will be starting soon. Hopefully, it goes well. Rising Phoenix, why are you all the way over there? Never mind, I see why. I understand now, because we're going to have to go up and around, and you're just going to... Whoop. That's fair. Oh, I guess I can use my mouse to point. We're going to have to go up through here to get up to there, and they're just going to whoop right up. So. We got about 30 seconds. I always say it a little earlier than it actually is because I know there's a delay. Hey look, Boyle placed units this time. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! We gonna get zippy. Let's go! Rolling, rolling, rolling. We're on the way to help. Although, yeah, you got it. You're good. Hell yeah. Alright. So, Boyo. In blue. I do want to see if Phoenix is in. If they are, they're using a different name. But I recognize all these names. So, except for that one. So yeah. Alright. Granting rewards. And that is it for tonight. And I know Tinges is live. Let me turn my volume down. Let's go ahead and raid Tinges. Okay, wasn't expecting Siribot to remind everyone to stay hydrated and take care of themselves. If you're not subscribed, you can use this one. And if you are subscribed, you can use this one. These are the lovely little raid messages that we like to use to share love with the people we are raiding. And if you're not a member of the Discord already, there is the link. Be sure to accept the rules to get a role. Otherwise, if you don't have a role, it's going to yeet you out of the system when you close Discord. I will be streaming again Saturday. On Saturday, I will be doing 7 Days to Die. I think Boyle's playing with me? I have no reason to believe otherwise currently. We will be using the Twitch extension and doing more Stream Raiders if you're interested in Stream Raiders. It's a good way for me to time where I'm at in stream so that I remember to get up and take my stretch breaks. Until then, I will see you guys later, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. See you later. Bye!